Hello, good morning to another video, the second one I've made today. It's Sunday, the 31st of May 2026, and it's around 10:30 in the morning. I'll just enlarge the time so you can see. There we go, 10:29, the 31st of the 5th, 2026. So in this story, I want to tell you about this organisation, Gamstop. What is Gamstop? I'm sure 99% of gamblers will know what Gamstop is. Gamstop is, I'm not sure, I believe they're an independent company, and I believe they receive money from all the bookmakers they pay. I may be wrong, but I believe it's a 1% levy on their profits they pay to people for organisations, GamCare, Gamstop, etc. I could be wrong about that, but I know we do pay a percentage. So this Gamstop, how does it work? Excuse me. So if, like me, you're a compulsive gambler, you're addicted to gambling, this is a very effective tool to block yourself from gambling. But it only works under the umbrella of the UK Gambling Commission. And what that means is it only covers sites which are licensed by the UK Gambling Commission. Now, the big positive about this company, Gamstop, is that you can contact them, request to be blocked. I believe it was 6 months, 12 months, or 5 years. Now, in 2021, I decided to self-exclude for a period of 5 years. Now, my self-exclusion was nothing to do with actual gambling itself. It was to do with idiot bookmakers who were refusing to pay out bets. So, in my case, I was fed up with the famous bookmakers, we'll say. This particular one, which finished me off really with the UK scene, was Ladbrokes. All online casinos. And the Gambling Commission rules are very clear on these companies asking for personal information. They state that a gambling operator, so Ladbrokes, William Hill, Corals, Paddy Power, 32 Red, Sun Vegas, Unibet, Skybet, whoever they are, they should ask for identification as early as possible. They should not ask for identification when a person who's been playing for weeks, months, even years, and they have a significant win and they want to cash out that win, and then the bookmaker puts in a request for information. That is not in the guidelines of the Gambling Commission when they could have asked for it. In my case, I've been with Ladbrokes, I believe, it was before COVID, because I remember playing during COVID on Ladbrokes and others, and I had a win, and a win, I believe, from memory, this is 2021, was for around £4,000 the win was, and I wanted to withdraw £3,000, and after gambling for them since, I'm going to say 2018, it could have been 16, could have been 19, I don't remember, long time ago, but not once, so I used to, deposit, say £100, lose £100, or win and, say for argument's sake, I deposited £100, and play, and say if I won 200, so I had £300 balance, I could withdraw that balance and there was no problem. It's only when you get the larger wins. So I was gambling from, we'll call it 2019, before COVID, a year before COVID, until 2021, May of 2021. And when I managed to get a sizable win of around £4,000, I was going to keep £1,000 in the casino and gamble or collect the £3,000. I requested it, and then that's when we requested all this ID nonsense. Photo ID. Again, I've just made a video on photo ID this morning, and the latest one in my William Hill series, which is now ended. And so, and this wasn't the first time. I've also had with other bookmakers, not, you could put hundreds, even thousands of pounds, over, a year, 18 months, 2 years, and when you get that big win, which comes once in a blue moon, when you want to cash out, that is when they ask you for ID. The Gambling Commission rules are very clear. The bookmakers should ask for ID at the earliest opportunity. So we'll see what the UK Gambling Commission, the body that license all the casinos based in the UK. Identity verification. Do not confiscate all or part of the funds in a consumer's deposit balance or otherwise deduct any amount thereof on the basis that the customer has failed to comply with any identity and or age verification requirements set by the operator, including but not limited to a request to provide specific documents or information. Okay, so it just goes on to talk about this. So what you should do. So this is very important. Operators should not remove funds in a deposit balance if a player is unable to verify their identity only after a period of 12 months where the player has not been able to verify their identity. Can an operator make a reasonable periodic change for maintaining their account? However, before any such charges are made, the operator needs to do the following. Let's read this. Then it just goes what we must do, paying deposits. It's really not applicable there. It just says about the fees and all the rest of it. And so this is a summary of the key points relating to withdrawal of players' funds. Okay, so this is what applied to me in 2021. I wanted to withdraw money. The LCCP states that as a minimum, remote operators will have to verify the name, address and date of birth of a player before allowing them to gamble. It also states that before they deposit money, players should be informed of the types of identity documentation that might be required, the circumstances in which it would be required, and how it should have been provided to the operator. So it doesn't sort of answer the question I was hoping for. I'm probably on the wrong page. Yeah. So basically what it says is they should not let a player gamble for 18 months, 2 years, which was in my case with Ladbrokes. It should ask before they accept my deposit, or before they allow. So let's say I've deposited £100. Before I have my first spin on roulette or a casino game or whatever, they should ask me for the ID they require and which should be sufficient for the lifetime of my account. Ladbrokes did not. Again, they asked for photo ID, which obviously I don't have, and so I sued them. We settled out of court. Um, uh, I'm not allowed to say the amount because we signed what is called a Tomlin order, which is a confidential agreement, which is an agreement between myself and Ladbrokes, which is rubber stamped by the court. So now the court settlement was reached, and let's just say it was well in excess of the winnings that I was claiming. It was more than double I received. Because again, back in 2021, they were requesting documents which they should have asked for at the beginning, and documents that don't exist. So that is why I self-excluded from the GamCare or GamBan. Right, I've just come across, I put in here in Google search, at what point should a casino ask for identification, UK Gambling Commission? In the UK, casinos must verify a customer's identity and age before they are permitted to gamble or deposit funds. Under Gambling Commission rules, operators cannot wait until you attempt to withdraw winnings to request your ID unless necessitated by specific anti-money laundering rules or legal requirements. So there it is quite clear. That was what I was looking for. An overview. They must, according to the Gambling Commission, the governing body of gambling operators in the UK, they must ask for all the photo ID and all this nonsense before you are permitted to gamble or deposit funds. They don't wait 2-3 years, whatever it was, when you have a big win and then ask for ID. That's pretty straightforward and pretty clear. So I hope I made that understandable. So back to the page at the beginning, the Gamstop online page, block yourself from online gambling. So this has happened to me, yes, with William Hill, it happened to me with Ladbrokes, and it happened to me with a casino called Mr. Green, which I believe is no longer in existence, but I understand was part of a William Hill group. When I had a win of over £1,000, they wanted ID, which the Gambling Commission's rules state otherwise. So I decided to take the decision to self-exclude for a period of 5 years, stick 2 fingers up at them. That is what I did. Now, my 5-year exclusion is called self-exclusion. Block yourself. You're blocking yourself. So, and Gamstop, one positive I would say is, with Gamstop, one phone call or one application to self-exclude, you can do it for a Pacific Casino, so for Ladbrokes, or you can do it for every single UK Gambling Commission website, which is what I done. So it meant that I was pissed off with 3 casinos requiring documents that don't exist to cash out money when they should have asked for it earlier. So I thought, fuck them, stick 2 fingers up at them, and that's why I did the 5-year self-exclusion. Now the 5 years are up now, and since then I have been banned from using Betfred shops, Ladbrokes shops, and William Hill shops, all for the same reason, and that is refusing to supply documents that don't exist and bank statements. In fact, there was an article, I think I may have covered it in a William Hill video I made, which was in my recent post about this, and it mentions me. refusing to hand over documents, and so therefore I'm basically banned from all bookmakers. I think Paddy Power is about the only bookmaker I can go in now, and the Irish one, whose name forgets me. There's only like 2 high street bookmakers chains I can go into legally, because they banned me from the other because I refuse to provide source of wealth fund. Because it's no one's business but my own. So being banned now, say William Hill happened in January this year, I want to go back onto using casinos. There are many others. I tried to log in, knowing my ban was up about a week ago. I wanted to go on back to online gambling. Basically just to, through the months of June and July, to place football bets for the forthcoming football season, starting in August this year. And also maybe have a few football bets on the World Cup, which casinos I've been using overseas, so not regulated by the UK Gambling Commission, mainly crypto casinos. I have, they don't offer the bets that I like to do in the UK, such as backing on non-league football. For example, my William Hill bets I talked about covered the win of the National League South. Nowhere on crypto sites have I seen you can bet on the National League South. So that's the reason. So I tried to sign up to a couple, 32 Red and Grosvenor Casino, who both, and Betfair as well, who all have sports books, and was blocked. On a live chat facility thing, I stated that, and they said that I was still blocked and that I needed to contact Gamstop. So I rang Gamstop, and I was quite surprised and taken back by their response. So this is an email I was following a conversation I had with a lady called Kelsey, as you can see here. And this was a couple of days ago. This was on, I'll just find the date, which is over there. This was on Friday, May the 29th, at 5:06 p.m, 2 days ago. So I requested on the telephone, and she asked me some security questions, which there were 2 issues. Obviously, I self-excluded over 5 years ago. I've changed my phone since then. I'm sure virtually everybody in the country has changed their phone, updated their phone or whatever, and me the same, and now have a different number they had 5 years ago. There's not a single person I know, and I know lots of people who have not updated their phone, have got a new number in the previous 5 years. So that was an issue. So I gave her a new number, and she sent me a code I had to put in, which I did. She asked my name, my address. My address hasn't changed. I've lived here for since 2008. So 18 years. So, and this is what, during our telephone conversation in which she was asking various questions, we got cut off. Now, I don't know the reason why, so what I'll say is that it just happened. I wouldn't say it was deliberate. I don't know. But the conversation did get quite heated. And I'll tell you why it got heated. Because she sent me this email. Dear Michelle, thank you for getting in touch. Before we can help you, we need to confirm your identity. So we can do this, please upload the documents linked in this message to this link. And then there's a link. As you can see there, it's gone a bit dark. Hopefully it will lighten up in a minute. I don't know why it's gone a bit dark. So these are the documents we need. So this is Gamstop, okay? The documents we need are, number one proof of address document, which must be dated within the last 3 months, e.g. utility bills or bank statement. This can include screenshots of bank and utility accounts. Number 2, a photo of your ID on a flat surface with all the details and your picture visible. Number 3, a photo of you holding your photographic ID, e.g. driving license or passport. Both the documents and your face need to be in clear, full view as shown in the image below. So we'll just go to the image below. So this is absolutely scandalous. It's totally unbelievable. So there we have an image below. I don't know how well you can see that. See if I can enlarge it. So it's very difficult to see here. Basically, there's a face of a person, and the person is holding, by the neck really, a copy of a let's say, driving license of some form of photo ID. And then it says there, without these documents, we can't help you with your query. I mean, have you heard such ridiculous nonsense in all your life? So just picture it, okay? So you self-exclude for a period of 5 years, okay? My choice, my decision. You now want the self-exclude has run out. The 5 years has run out. They have what is called a 24-hour cooling period, so that's done. You then decide you want to gamble. You contact various casinos you wish to gamble on, and you're told your ban is still in place. You're advised by one of the casinos through the live chat to contact Gamstop, because only them can they lift your ban. But surely the ban is lifted. What's it called? It's called self-exclusion. You exclude yourself for 7 of the 5 years. That's what I chose. I could have chose 6 months, could have chose a year. I chose 5 years. My choice, my decision. I'm 100% happy with that. Now the 5 years is over. It's called self-exclusion. Now I'm no longer self-excluded because the 5 years has expired. But I cannot gamble because I'm still self-excluded. But how could I be self-excluded? So therefore, I'm banned. Gamstop have banned me from gambling because they have not removed the 5-year ban, self-exclusion ban on all UK Gambling Commission casinos. And we're now into year 6, the beginning of year 6. And they want me to produce all these documents, proof of it, again, with my William Hill. These documents don't exist. So, we're now in a situation where they can do this now for a period, wait for this, of 7 years. So they can stop me from gambling. I signed up for 5 years exclusion. That can become 12 years. That's what they told me. For 7 years before it is lifted. 12 years. How pathetic is that, eh? How pathetic. A photo of you holding your photographic ID, license, passport. Both the document and your face need to be in clear full view. What part of I do not have these documents? They do not exist. They never have existed. They do not exist. They never will exist. What part of that don't these thickos, these idiots, understand? I just don't get it. It's absolutely gone mad. And yet, as I said earlier, that I can, if I play those silly games, I'll have to wait. My 5 year self-exclusion, on top of that, they've added up to a 7 year ban before I'll be free to gamble again, unless I provide them with documents that don't exist. It's pathetic, isn't it? It really is pathetic. So, court case 41, here we come, because I'm not going to tolerate this. It is scandalous, it is ridiculous, and as I said, I think it was either this video, I've just made a video before this, they may have it in their terms and conditions, I don't know, I don't care. But whatever it says in the terms and conditions still doesn't alter the fact they're asking for the impossible. They're asking for documents that don't exist. So, again, it's going to be another lawsuit, I'm afraid. And don't forget, I can use my bus pass, my disabled person's bus pass. I can use that to vote in the next general election. If there's a general election next Wednesday, I can go down to the polling station, produce my bus pass, and be allowed to vote. Yet I can't use it to gamble. It's pathetic, it's bizarre, it's way over the top. So, yeah, I just thought I would share that. The moral of the story is, don't use Gamstop. Because, if you're in a position, and don't forget, there are 4 million people in the UK that do not even have a bank account. So they can't gamble. They can't gamble because they don't have a debit card. They can't gamble online. And you have 8 million people who don't have photo ID. And that is indeed why successive governments, the Tory government under Mr. Cameron, and I believe it was Tony Blair who first brought the idea into ID cards, photo ID cards, which I personally think are a good idea. I'm all for them. But I believe Blair dropped it because of the expense. It was going to cost, was it £1.5, £2 billion or something like that, from memory. And then the Tories who took over from Gordon Brown, they were going to do it. They didn't do it on cost. And now I think Labour under this idiot Starmer are again looking at bringing in these identity cards. Which I have no reason. I mean, for goodness sake, I'm showing people, I'm showing people here my email address. I'm showing people have my telephone number. I'm showing personal information. I have nothing to hide. Nothing at all. If I had these documents, I would gladly send them. But how can I send documents that do not exist? Bizarre, pathetic, unacceptable. And I will not stand for this nonsense. So, I thank you, Ben, for watching this video. And hope you found it informative. And like I say, I would think, obviously if you have a problem gambling, you need help, and Gamstop is a good tool, don't get me wrong, but once you ban yourself, I imagine, mine was for 5 years the maximum, I imagine you can do that for 6 months, I believe was the minimum, maybe a year, I'm not sure, I don't know what it is now, mine was done in 2021, so just remember that it's easy to use for Gamstop, and if you are affected with gambling, by all means please do use it, but use it on the understanding that if you wish to gamble once you're 6 months self-exclusion, don't get self-exclusion. I'm not self-excluded from gambling. My self-exclusion was for 5 years. We're now over 5 years. My self-exclusion is now a ban because I don't have documents. I won't provide them with documents that don't exist. So, use them if you're in trouble with gambling, but bear in mind, it's unless you have, photo ID, passport, driving license, and all this nonsense they ask for, then you're going to be in problems trying to go back to gambling if that is your wishes. I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm just telling you my experience. So thank you very much for watching this video, and any updates I will, of course, bring them to you. And please feel free to comment in the comment section down below, and thank you for watching this video.